Nathan Judah. I'm here with former Wolverhampton Wanderers press officer and Wolverhampton Wanderers feature columnist at the Express and Star, Mr. Paul Berry again. Paul, how's it going?
I'm good, thanks. Better after that.
Oh my goodness. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Chelsea 0. That was a huge result. Huge.
It was, wasn't it? I think for the last few weeks the pressure's felt like it's built up, hasn't it? And the league table's so close and everyone's talking about it being so close, but to get that win and really good all-round team performance, the league table suddenly looks a lot prettier now, and obviously no one's going to get carried away, and there's another big game next week, but it suddenly feels like there's a bit of a cushion.
Yeah, I mean, to a man, they were brilliant. There's been a decent first half, or decent second half, or little pockets here and there, but really, that was a complete display for the majority of the 90 minutes or 95 minutes that it was today, and that's what they've needed, and they delivered today, when it mattered the most.
They did, didn't they? It was kind of competitive game, wasn't it? Really hard fought. Weren't a lot of clear-cut chances, I mean, on either side, really. I think Chelsea have only had one shot on target, which is another testament to how well Wolves did to restrict them. But yeah, just a really all-round team performance. As you say, everyone contributed to it, everyone competing really well. Never looked, Chelsea had a spell after half time, but never really looked as if, I wouldn't say they controlled the game, but they never looked as if it was going away from them, did they? They played really well, and obviously lit up by an absolute wonder goal, which we've been waiting for from the man himself, and he's delivered today.
Yeah, look, no Ruben Neves, of course, today, and they needed someone to kind of take that mantle and really, power them forward. And I thought, take the goal away for a minute, but I thought his possession, the way that he worked, and those driving runs that we were kind of, thought that was going to happen when he came over from Sporting, that he was famous for over there, haven't really seen it. Took the mantle, and of course, what an incredible strike. I mean, that's haven't had Molineux like that for a while.
No, that's it. And I think it's a really strange one, isn't it? Because Neves is probably our player of the season again. He's got an incredible impact, and yet without him, it's like everyone else perhaps realised they needed to step up and. Gomez and Lamine and biting into challenges. Nunes, as you say, absolutely carrying the ball as we know he can and he needs to do a bit more of. And almost like they felt that with that gap, that huge gap that Neves has left, they all stepped up to the mark, and the goal, I mean, it feels like it's such a difficult technique to catch that, to catch it as he did, and it just, the ball's not even spinning by the looks, it's just gone straight into the top corner. It's top quality technical skill.
And you spoke to Nunes afterwards, was he in a decent mood?
That's it, yeah, he's got the man of the match award, he seemed happy enough. Obviously got a bit of a knock at the end, but I think we've just seen him walking out. It doesn't look like there's any bandaging. We're not medical experts, but I think that's a really positive sign. You don't want to be doing without him again next week, given how well that midfield linked up today, and the goal. Obviously, his confidence will be sky high now. Yeah,
look, he had plenty of selection decisions to make today, Lopetegui. One of them was, I think a lot of people thought that Bueno would come back into the side. He stuck with Totti Gomez, and he kept Raheem Sterling very, very quiet until he went off the pitch today. A fantastic performance from him.
It was, and again, as you said earlier, it was that competitiveness from all of them, wasn't it? He was flying into challenges. There was one run, I think, up the wing in the first half, wasn't there? Which I think he got fouled, and the crowd really responded to it. And that's what anyone wants to see, isn't it? They just want to see that determination and that spirit. It was there in abundance today. Perhaps it's not been there every weekend, and it's just a strange rise of football that a week ago the fans would have probably, on the floor really with the Notts Forest game, and yet getting a point there has probably turned into a really good point with what's happened today, and a completely far more on the front foot performance, far more aggressive. In fact, Lampard made the point in the press conference, he felt Wolves more aggressive than Chelsea, and he said it really, I think, was a huge compliment to how Wolves played.
Look, how can they beat Liverpool, Spurs and Chelsea here and then lose to the likes of Bournemouth and Leeds? I mean, it's astonishing.
It is. I mean, someone asked Lopetegui that very question, didn't they? And well, they were trying to get him to talk positively about those wins, but he obviously then mentions Bournemouth. It's just a very strange, and I think in times gone by Wolves have perhaps been better in this division against the better teams. Perhaps the other teams are a bit more on the back foot, making Wolves try and work for the win. And Wolves have perhaps suffered a bit with creativity over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's why they don't win those games against the teams that are perhaps more defensively minded. But again today, they got the goal and just really deserve what they've come out with at the end.
Look, 12th tonight, as you said, they've got a little bit of breathing room. Of course, it's incredibly tight, but that's going to do the squad and the fans just wonders, isn't it? Now, look, they've got Brentford coming next week. If they can beat Brentford, then you think that they're not home and hose, but they should be fine. But they need to capitalise on this now, don't they?
Absolutely, and I think any result against Brentford, a victory would be incredible, and I think that would take them very, very, very near to being okay, but even a point again would just keep things ticking over. But if they go out with the same aggression, the same, the defensive steel, because I think the defence have earned that win today, haven't they? Just as much as anyone else, for the way they're flying into challenges, and Kilman and Dawson making blocks. So if they go with that attitude, and if they can keep another clean sheet, obviously that will get at least a point. But there's no reason why, after the confidence from that, they can go out and get another positive result. And I guess we're all probably looking at the last 3 games of the season thinking it'd be very nice if Wolves were in a really nice position before they come along.
Well, you say the defence have earned it, you've earned it, Bez. I mean, goodness me. I mean, 2 games you've had, no Liam Keane, gone to Southampton, won 2-1, you beat Chelsea today. I mean, I think the lad needs to stay home, doesn't he?
I think I might be the first name on the team sheet next weekend. But listen, I hope. I know Keane, Liam's been on Twitter, hasn't he?
He's not been very well, that lad.
Let's hope he gets better, and hopefully the victory today will make him feel a bit better, and he'll be back for another one next weekend, fingers crossed.
Absolutely, we do miss you, Keno. Wolves 1, Chelsea 0. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you log on to expressthestar.com.